guys and gals, welcome back to Doing Redneck Things Off Grid. It is that time of the week. It is Tuesday. What's the dog barking that day? I don't know. Squirrels outside gonna tear something up. But anyway, it is... Why do I do that? Every time I turn the camera on, I forget what day it is. It is Tuesday, October 18th. But of course, you know that's not true. It's Monday night because it takes forever to download or upload this video. So anyway, it is I Have Questions Day. So let's get her did. Number one. Leanne and I were watching this commercial the other day, and this lady put on a suit over her swimsuit, and I'm like, why is she putting a swimsuit over her swimsuit? And Leanne says, well, it's a wetsuit so you don't get wet. I'm like, why do you not want to get wet when you go swimming? Don't you get in the water to get wet? That's what I was thinking. And she says, they're surfing, it'll help you stay dry. I'm like, why? You're in the ocean to get wet, to get cool. But she kind of explained it to me, and I'm okay with that. I've never been surfing. I tried that boogie boarding one time. I got the crap knocked out of me on the beach. So that wasn't very fun. All right, that was number one. Putting a swimsuit over a swimsuit. That's just funny. Okay, number two. Why don't they make stove fans? The ones that go over your stove to suck the smoke out of your kitchen. Why do they all sound like a helicopter taking off across the living room? Or across the kitchen, I guess that would be, huh? Yeah. So, you'd think with today's technology they could make it a stealth fan to suck the juice, suck the smoke out of your kitchen. It's crazy. I'm like, come on, guys. Turn it on, it sounds like it drowns out the TV when you're cooking and watching TV. It's nuts. It's helicopter fans. Alright, number three. I know these been out a while, but I want to know why. I saw a car vending machine. It's a car vending machine, right? So how many bags of quarters is it going to take to buy a car? Huh? That's crazy. Or do they give you some big ass token that you put in? You just, here's your car money. Or do you got to stand there with $30,000 worth of $100 bills and feed them into the machine so you can get your car? I don't know, that's kind of crazy. It is kind of cool, but why? I guess it's just a novelty. So, car vending machine, that's just funny. Okay, number four. No offense to anybody. So they have leak-proof and period-proof skivvies for women, so they can get relief from embarrassment. So yeah, I understand that. So why don't they make skivvies for men that prevent skid marks? Skid marks, so we can avoid some embarrassment when we go to the doctor and he says drop your drawers and you got skid marks in your skivvies. So, I don't know, I want to know. That's something new that someone needs to invent. Skid mark proof skivvies. That'd be awesome. Leak proof panties. Oh man, that's just funny. That's number four. Number five. How many actors are going to come out of retirement to show up for the Medicare commercials? We got J.J. Walker, Captain Kirk, you know, William Shatner, Joe Namath, and there's some others. I was like, how bored are you that you want to go do a Medicare commercial? Call this number and check your zip code. I called it. The zip code's still the same as when I called it. Makes no sense. And now we got to hear that until December 7th, and then they'll change the commercial. So you're stuck watching Medicare commercials. It's crazy. Medicare. Wow. Speaking of commercials, our next one is about commercials. So, why would you, when you're putting commercials together to view, they play their commercials in time, and why would you put a stinky butt commercial, which is now stuck in your head because you're thinking about, does my butt stink or whatever? Then they put a Viagra commercial on with them girls that are showing you off that they're hey, look at me, you don't need Viagra, come see me thing, but and the first thing that pops into my head, because I'm weird, is I wonder if her butt's stinky. Man just rolls her eyes. So, but seriously, why would you put a stinky butt commercial and then follow it with a Viagra commercial? Somebody in the editing room just bombed on that one, because you're gonna think, wonder if her butt's stinky and she wears that stuff to make her butt not stinky. That's just too funny. Number 7. Oh, who the heck wrote this one? Oh, okay. So you get a dog, which is cool, and you want it to protect your place and play with the kids, etc. So if you're wanting your dog for security on your place and you leave it outside for such purposes, letting the dang dog bark for 3 hours is not security. That's just annoying. The dog's supposed to bark when you get danger comes in the yard, not bark at a squirrel for 3 hours because the squirrel's making the dog mad. It's like, danger's gonna happen even with the dog, but now you're immune to the dog barking because it barks all the time. So when somebody comes in the yard, you're not gonna know that somebody's in the yard because your stupid dog is barking for 3 hours over a squirrel or whatever the heck the dang thing's barking at. So please, people, train your dog when to bark. We did. All our dogs know when to bark. If somebody comes in the yard, they bark. If they're not in the yard, they don't bark. If somebody pulls up in the neighbor's yard, the dogs bark. That's what they're trained to do. Not to bark for 3 hours at a squirrel or bark till 1 o'clock in the morning because, I don't know, there's bats flying over the house, or I don't know, Fifi's in heat and he can't get through the fence to get, I don't know, what the heck. Train your dogs when to bark. That is number 7. Number 8 is from a friend of mine down at Dottie's, the local gambling hall we go to once in a while. And his name is Frank. He's a Vietnam veteran. He's a pretty good friend. He's typical military funny humor, so no offense to anybody. This is a question that he wanted to know. He wants to know, how do blind people know when they're done wiping their butts? Which is a good question, because I would kind of like to know that too. You can't see the toilet paper, so maybe somebody out there could help us that has a blind person. How do they know when they're done wiping their butt so their butt's clean, so they don't have to wear that stinky butt stuff? Because their butt stinks because they can't see if it's clean or not. Or do they use like what do they call that, a bidet, the butt washer thing that you step on the pedal and it washes your butt? I think it's called a bidet. Maybe they use that. I don't know. But it's an interesting thought. How did Helen Keller wipe her butt and know she was done wiping her butt? Because she can't. No offense to blind people, but it'd be interesting to know, because if nobody's around, how can you tell that your butt's clean? I want to know. Alright. That was number 8 from Frank down at Dottie's. There you go, Frank. There's your how do they know question. Alright. Number 9 this is my personal opinion, and I really believe in this. Currently, there are 2,414 people on death row, and it costs $60,000 to $70,000 a year to keep a person on death row. I did the math on just 60,000. That's $144,840,000 a year to keep people on death row. It's ridiculous. You know, can you imagine what you could do with the $144 million if you weren't paying for some crackpot, murderer, rapist, whatever you want, to sit in a cell and get 3 hots in the cot? That's BS. Personally, I think you get put on death row, you got 6 months to prove you didn't do it. Can't do it in 6 months, hang him. Or take him out soon as that weekend, do the death row thing, put him to sleep. You know, it's wrong. It's wrong. You know, quit building new prisons and making criminals comfortable. It's like going to a spa for them. They get 3 hots in a cot and you know, cable TV, weight rooms. You know, screw that. Put them to work. Alright, guys and gals, that is number 9. I gotta go. My battery's about to run dead. God bless everybody. Get out and vote. Support your troops, and we will see you on the next one. God bless. Bye.